Hey guys, welcome to a spectacular YouTube video with yours truly, Gregos Gaming. And today is going to be a very odd video, and it's actually going to be the first video in a long time. Yes, I'm in a swivel chair. Don't judge me. But I thought since it's been a long time, and I've actually been busy with the SCP Foundation server and everything, to start off, I will just make an SCP video. And so I have my laptop, my tablet, with the number generator set up. And I'm going to select a random SCP, random one. And let's hope we get something good. I don't know how many SCPs will let do. 1780 is the first SCP. 1780, first SCP. No, don't go to new tab. Forward. Okay, good. Okay, now, since it is a 1000 SCP, it's after 999, it would be Series 2. So, see, I'm on the SCP Foundation wiki. And that's the list of SCPs, and it was 1780. I'm going to scroll all the way down to that one. There we go, 1780 is the Temporal Anomalies Department. That actually sounds really cool. I don't know why. Okay. Select, okay, and recovered item A0-1780-3. This is what the file looks like. Now I'll read the SCP file. SCP-1780. Item number SCP-1780. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-1780 is contained in high-value anomalous item storage locker number 0097 at Site 17. Access is permitted to personnel with level 4 clearance. Nothing less. Either level 4 clearance or higher. So only, I think, senior researchers are level 3, I think. So, I think, no, lead researchers are level 3, so I think head researchers maybe? I think site directors, maybe head researchers, and definitely the O5 Council will be allowed to be permitted to see that file. See this SCP, so interesting. At the discretion of the item's HMCL supervisor, currently Dr. Eliza Schrader. Experimentation with SCP-1780 and all sub-designations is suspended indefinitely, so they can't do any research on it. What they know is what they know, so that's a scary idea. Why is that? The procedure below is kept for archival and emergency purposes only. It's a temporal thing. It affects time, so I think that's probably why no one's allowed to test it. Makes sense to me. Exploration of SCP-1780-1 is restricted to D-Class personnel and robotic reconnaissance vehicles only. The entrance to SCP-1780-1 must be guarded by at least 3 Level 3 security personnel at all times during activation. Anomalous items discovered in SCP-1-1780-1 are to be contained under standard E-Class protocol until such time as special containment procedures are implemented or remanded to low-value anomalous items. That's what AO in that one item, the Watches thing, is anomalous object. It's not an SCP in of itself. Where was I at? Storage as appropriate. Non-anomalous items recovered from SCP-1780-1 may be remanded to low-value item storage or destroyed at the discretion of the item's HMCL supervisor. One Level 3 member of Site-17 security must manually hold the door to SCP-1780-1 open at all times while Foundation personnel or materials are inside, because they don't want it to close. I'm starting to think this is a door of some sort. The watch is just an anomalous object brought in from the inside of the SCP. The SCP-1780-1 is just another thing that's inside of the SCP itself. Why it's designated -1. I guess I should explain a lot of this before I even go into this, because of the fact that some of these people watching don't know what an SCP is. That's the sad thing. SCPs are really cool, and you guys should check them out. Should any number or type of SCP-1780-2 instances emerge, the entrance of SCP-1780-1 is to be sealed, and SCP-1780 is to be deactivated immediately. Use of deadly force to contain SCP-1780-2 is authorized. Instances of SCP-1780-2 recovered during previous expeditions may be contained under Standard Humanoid Containment Protocols, HCP-1. One hard copy of 1780-3 is on file in high-value anomalous documentation storage. It sounds like, I think it's in the SCP, it's not is it SCP-1985 or 1980? Hold on a second. What? There's an SCP that's just a gas mask, and it has the same thing. You go into an alternate universe, but there's an SCP, there's another sub-SCP under that SCP designation that attacks you. There's black figures that attack you. I want to say that they're called that SCP designation -2 in the alternate universe you go into is SCP that designation -1, which is the same thing here. So maybe the person that wrote this file got inspiration from there, because I don't think this is a from the game SCP. The gas mask is so. But continuing on, one hard copy of SCP-1780-3, a third anomalous inside of it. Okay, then is on file in high-value anomalous documentation storage vault number 070053. SCP-1780-3 is on file. Wait, I messed up. Must remain in a plastic sleeve, obscuring its reverse side at all times, probably because it has a what's known as mimetic agent on the other side, which can result in hypnosis, paralysis, or death. That's what a mimetic agent is. Mimetic agents are anything that can affect the mind. They're also called info hazards at times. Some SCPs themselves are just info hazards, but mimetic agents can slightly be weaponized. The SCP Foundation actually uses it to kill off anyone accessing a file above their clearance if they fail to put in the correct credentials and everything. But some mimetic agents are not able to be controlled as easily. But back to the file. These are a lot of my assumptions just going into the file, just reading that part, because that's a lot of things that they do is they obscure, they redact, they blur everything that is a mimetic or an info hazard. There's actually an SCP that literally, there's two SCPs that are info hazards. SCP, you can't say its name because, I know the name of it, but I'm not going to say it because apparently if you say its name, it comes and grabs you because you're mentioning information about it. But, then there's, I think it's SCP-050 or 052, I can't remember, but there's an SCP that will literally say, you don't know me, you don't remember anything about me, even though you just read the file. Even the file itself at times changes and gets erased, and they have to have someone sit there and read it quickly, then rewrite it down. I think they have several copies of it, but it makes everyone forget it exists. So you'll be in the middle of talking about it, and you'll be mentioning it, and you're like, wait, what was I talking about again? But back to the file. I'm going off track, and this video is supposed to be dedicated to one SCP, and I'm going off track, and I'm very sad. But let's get back to it. The fucking fly. The fucking fly that just landed on my arm. I haven't even gotten to the description. I just realized that. How long is this? Is this one of the longest files on the wiki? Dear Lord, save me. I never read anything this long. Oh wow, there is an info hazard in here that's expunged. That's nice. Let me get back up here. Okay. Reverse side at all times. Personnel found reading the reverse side documentation without authorization are to be terminated immediately. Oh, it's not an info hazard, it's just something that they don't want people to read. Termination is just them saying, oh, you read that. Ah! And just kill them off instantly. Third of the complete copies of SCP-1780-3 discovered are to be incinerated. They only want one copy of that thing because it's going to be hard. It's easy to contain one copy of it, but if you add in more, those can be taken and lost track of easily. Although the one copy you can literally lock in a lockbox, bury it, and know exactly where it's at. Makes sense. Description. SCP-1780 is a plastic office nameplate of the style in use by the Foundation between 1990 and 2003. I mean, one of those nameplates that people sit on their desks that literally just says their name? Okay, that makes sense. Not really, but okay. The item shows no special resistance to damage or age-related wear, and its condition suggested that it had been buried for several decades at the time of recovery in 19... redacted. Redacted because it just shows a black dot. It shows a black dot next to the... See it? You see it? It shows a freaking black dot. All of those are redactions. A lot of redactions. See? Info hazard removed. This is just a daily life of reading an SCP file and also writing one. I've actually written several, but I'm not reading those. Those are my personal things, and I do not want to be shared. Except maybe no, I'm not going to share that one. That one requires too much explanation and too much inside knowledge to understand, because it just, the bucket head doesn't make sense unless you were there to understand it. It just doesn't. Let's get back into it. The inscription reads they redacted the name PhD/chairperson, Temporal Anomalies Department. So the chairperson of the Temporal Anomalies Department, his nameplate in itself is a temporal anomaly, apparently, is an anomaly. Who would have thought? Okay. Followed by the Foundation emblem. No person by that name appears in the Foundation employee database, nor is there any record of a Temporal Anomalies Department. What? Okay, that makes sense. Now it makes sense as an SCP because of that one fact. That the thing that it describes does not exist. Because that's just any SCP that has a name on it, I guess. SCP-1780 remains inert unless placed into an appropriately sized nameplate mount. Upon activation, SCP-1780 manifests a standing temporospatial anomaly behind the nearest door within 3 meters. Designation SCP-1780-1. SCP-1780-1 is the door that is affected, which is, and the reason why it's that designation is because it is not anomalous itself. It is affected by the SCP, or it is relevant to said SCP. High-speed photography of SCP-1780-1 manifestation through windowed or glass doors has revealed the effect to be as near to instantaneous as can be measured. As such, the mechanism for this transformation is unknown. Why it's anomalous? Because it's not known. That's what we're trying to figure. That's what we're trying to figure out by researching it, by securing, containing, and protecting. The space originally present behind this door remains accessible when approached from other entrances or via the destruction of walls. However, the door in use of SCP-1780 remains indestructible and cannot be opened from within by any means while SCP-1780 remains active. SCP-1780-1 appears to be Office CB-Redacted, located on the redacted floor of Site 17's Euclid Objects Experimentation Wing. Now that's odd. Wait, that's very odd that it's deemed safe. Wait. Didn't it say that they changed it from safe to Euclid? I thought they said they changed it from safe to Euclid, which is... It does not say that, but to say Euclid's normally used for anything that's humanoid. What was the box method? Okay, the box test. If you put it in the box and nothing happens, it's safe. If you put it in the box and it tries to escape, it's Euclid. If you put it in the box and it escapes, it's Keter. If it is the box, it's Tamil. Now, if it can destroy the world and containing it is really super difficult, and the box itself is having a hard time. The box itself's a Tamil and having a hard time containing it, it's a Polyon, we're fucked. Okay, back to this file though. But that's weird that they have it in Euclid testing instead of object testing instead of safe object testing, because nameplate itself will not do anything unless it is utilized by a person that can actually use the SCP and knows how to use it. Over subsequent observations, SCP-1780-1 has appeared to be in various states of neglect and disuse, but always contains the following items: Foundation office furniture consistent with equipment purchased during the Site-17 renovation of 1995. Oops, they didn't redact that part. Okay. Several whiteboards containing varying volumes of text and mathematical equations. See documentation, info hazard expunged. Apparently that entire thing is a info hazard in itself, so yeah, we're not going to look at that. A Remington model 870 12-gauge shotgun loaded. Why is it loaded? Were they expecting a CI raid or something? Makes sense. A copy of Oxford's unabridged English dictionary. Publisher's info suggests printing date of 2000 It's not even 2000 because it redacted 3 digits from it. Three copies of Time Life's Great Ages of Man, a history of the world's cultures, only one of which is consistent with observed history. So only one of those 3 copies is our history. So this door must lead to an alternate reality where I'm handsome. Just kidding. That's this reality. I'm gonna get fucking so much hate in the comment section for that. At least one instance of SCP-1780 and 1 aluminum nameplate bracket. I think I know what the problem is there. So, I wonder if they've tried slinging the name bracket that they have the thing into the room and taking the nameplate out and slapping it into that aluminum name bracket. That'd be interesting to see what happened. Testing with additional instances of SCP-1780 recovered has revealed that multiple instances of 1780-1 can manifest simultaneously. So there's more than one instance of it. There's several nameplates apparently. It's very interesting. That's also very interesting. What effect, if any, the two manifestations have on one another has yet to be determined. GPS tracking and redacted indicate that while all instances occupy the same physical location, they are separated by an unknown interval of time. Experimentation using concealed timepieces, video or audio surveillance, and robotic drones determine the nature of this temporal displacement remains inconclusive, which means that they haven't been able to draw any actual conclusions to the time within it, because I guess time doesn't work on the same plane of existence as what we are used to. Successfully retrieved timepieces appear in all cases to remain in SCP-1780-1 in excess of 1 billion, 1 times 10 to the 9th power years, and suggests active frustration of experimental efforts. Other objects or personnel left within SCP-1780-1 after the entrances closed are no longer present when SCP-1780-1 is reopened are to be considered irretrievable. SCP-1780-1 will, however, maintain a normal temporal relationship to our world line so long as the door to the room remains open. See Addendum 1780-1 for a list of notable discovered items and documents. Oh god, this video is almost 20 minutes long. Jesus Christ. Approximately 1 in every 10, that's 10%, manifest less than 10%, wait, it says less than or equal to 10% manifestation of SCP-1780-1 has contained some number of human entities designated SCP-1780-2. These entities vary in appearance and behavior, but always claim to be Foundation employees. To date, have claimed to be one of the following: members of Site-17 security assigned to SCP-1780. Instances are noted to be cooperative with extant Site-17 personnel, people sent in to investigate the anomaly. Field agents or research doctors assigned to an unknown Foundation special project team, RCT Delta T, dealing with temporal anomalies. Instances are unpredictable and may be hostile Site-17 personnel. Members of this containment team have been known to self-terminate when contained. That means they kill themselves if they are contained. Doctor, this entity, SCP-1780-2A, has categorically refused to divulge information pertaining to its origin, objectives, or nature, and successfully evaded all attempts at capture to date. Behavior of the entity seems to indicate familiarity with containment tactics for hostile humanoids. So he is, in fact, a researcher, but he is an anomaly and he knows that he is one, so that he's going to avoid containment at all costs. Because he doesn't want to get contained because the humanoids aren't treated that fairly. Of the blank SCP-1780-2 entities observed, blank have been successfully terminated, contained, or otherwise accounted for. See Addendum 1780-2 for notable incidences regarding SCP-1780-2 manifestations. No manifestation of SCP-1780-2A has ever been observed outside of experiments of SCP-1780, and further containment attempts have been deemed an unnecessary risk. They don't want to do it. They don't want to fuck with that man. That man has some fucking skills up his... What the fuck did I just hear? Okay then. That man has some fucking skills up his sleeves that they don't want to fuck with. Okay. 1780-3 is a document periodically found within 1780-1, printed on Foundation letterhead circa 1998 and ostensibly written by SCP-1780-2. The accidental exposure of Agent B. Apparently, and subsequent testing with D-Class personnel has revealed that anomalous properties are isolated to the reverse side and require the reading and comprehension in total for anomalous properties to manifest. The principal content of SCP-1780-3 consists of a welcome letter and orientation for Unknown Foundation Special Project Team RCT-Delta T. The second group, one of the other two groups that you run into inside the SCP. When read from the beginning, the rear of SCP-1780-3 reportedly describes in detail the nature of a Taconian flux T boson, which controls documentation info hazard expunged, T boson, which controls the rate and direction of time. Personnel given excerpts from the rear of the documentation, which do not include the primer paragraph, report all other portions are consisting of indecipherable mathematical expressions and technical jargon. So you wouldn't understand it without the beginning, apparently. Apparently the beginning's the back's the anomalous part, but the trigger is the very beginning. You read that and then you read the back. These persons are not subject to the item's effect. To date, all personnel who have read the entirety of SCP-1780-3 have disappeared immediately, including those under constant observation. The method by which this is achieved is currently unknown. See Addendum 1780-3 for more information. Level 4 personnel may access document 1780-WL for a transcript of the non-anomalous portion of 1780-3. Addendum 1780-1 recovered items. These items were discovered. I'm just gonna stop there because that's a fucking lot of things. That's just 1780 is just a nameplate and what it does. So, summary, get out of here. Summary: 1780 is a nameplate that causes an anomalous effect on a door when placed into a nameplate of the exact size required to hold it. Once affected, the nearest door within 3 meters, as it said, will become a portal to an alternate universe that will, while the SCP-1780 is activated, will actually interact with our timeline and actually go in the same timeline. However, if the door is closed, it will actually just apparently accelerate time, and if we open it like a second later and go in and manage to retrieve the watches and stuff, it's been billions of years. It's been a billion years, over anywhere to a billion or plus years since that object was left in there. And so the object has stopped working, it's degraded, the parts have probably rusted and everything. Then also there's the humanoids within the security team that is very friendly and very nice and interacts well with the security team that's being the team of researchers that are sent in to investigate the anomaly. Then there's the research team, I think it was RT, let me read that, let me check, RCT-Delta T, that is at times hostile. Their behavior is not as predictable as the security team. So there's that, and then there's the doctor that's name is redacted, and actually it has a link to it, to that name. As you can see, it's red. The name's red, and the reason why it's red is because it's a link. I'm going to click the link. Iteration 0. Dr. Thaddeus Zyanak? It takes me to a tail. That is actually cool. It takes me to a tail, and the first thing it says is, wait, let me go back to it. In his hands, Dr. Thaddeus Zyanak held the future, and that made him smile. So I think that this is Dr. Let me look at the length of it. It might actually be Dr. Thaddeus Zyanak that's the doctor that they see. That's interesting. But that's gonna do it for today, folks. I hope you did enjoy. That was actually a really cool SCP. That's random number generator selected, and it turned out to be really good and a really nice one. And I'm sorry if you guys are a little upset that it's taking me this long to record a video. And sad thing is that I don't know how long I'll be able to do videos for, because like this upcoming Monday I have a meeting with my Air Force recruiter, and then I don't know when basic training is, so I don't know when I'll be able to record again. Don't know anything. After, it's like 8 weeks basic training, and then after that I have 3 weeks paid leave, so I'll try and record during that time, though I'm pretty sure I'll be traveling a bit, because, I mean, why not? But I'm sorry it took me this long to get up to muster up the energy to record. It's hard when no one seems to want to watch the videos, and also people don't take them seriously. But hopefully some people like this video, and if you did, why not hit that subscribe button and that like button, and tap that notification bell, and keep up to date with all my videos that I will hopefully in the future post more of. Don't know. This channel might die before I can do that. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video!